Thank you for joining me here at Juan Carlos's and Maritza's home. They've invited me into their kitchen to talk about their dual vocations. You see, Deacon Juan Carlos is a permanent deacon within the church, and his wife Maritza is right next to him in service. You see, this is one of those vocations where they've got to live it out together, and they've got to balance it with the vocation of married life. So I got to ask you first off, what first drew you to live out this vocation?
We like to serve. We like to enjoy people and be around them when they're in need and when they're happy. And I think that's how it started, trying to be there for them and help them and support them in a different ways than it was possible.
How did you first know that it was a possibility,
We learned it through the information that was given at church, that the diaconate program was going to be open. The father that I was working with at that time as a youth minister and other social events in the church was telling me all the time that I should be looking for something else to serve. And when he knew about the program, he's the one who started telling me that the program was going to be available. And he saw some qualities in me that he said that I should be a good candidate for it.
Wow. And what was your reaction to this, Maritza? It can go either way, right?
Yes, Father. No, I was happy to hear from Juan Carlos about the diaconate program, because it was something that we could do together. Because in some families, just fathers or mothers go to church, but in here, we would do something together as a couple.
What would be the primary role of those ordained to the permanent diaconate and their wives?
Our main role is to serve the needy and the sick. That was the reason that even Jesus Christ, at the time after he left the apostles, he already asked for some people who was going to be attending the widows and the needy and the sick, because they needed to pray too. And that's where the permanent diacon was created. And in Hamilton, we've been ordained to help in parish and to help in other ministries like jail, hospitals, nursing homes. Mm-hmm. And our main role as a permanent deacon is to help the needy and the sick.
Mm. And how do you see your role in all of this, Maritza?
To support the deacon, to support him, not just going to him to church, but support him in his time management. Mm-hmm. Like he has to go to work, and at the same time he has to serve the needy, as he said. And my job is to have his schedule in order for him to do everything that he has to do, not just at church, but in his family life.
Is there one thing that stands out for both of you as something that you just love about being servants in the church in this way?
It's to be around people when they're happy and when they're sad. I think that's one of the important parts of being a good Christian, is that you have to be there for them when it's needed, not just when you think it's the best times. You have to be there all the time. When it's really happy days, or when it's really rainy days, or when it's really a storm coming through their lives, you have to be there. You have to be supportive. You have to be a shoulder sometimes. You gotta be a hand, or you gotta be the whole body there and show that you're supporting what they're going through and that you understand it. The best part is that gives you the church opportunities that you can tell them how others go through all kinds of stuff, and that they're not alone, and that it's really rewarding to see their smiles sometimes when they see that you're there for them. You're really there for them.
I think the main thing is working together as a couple, because usually it's either the husband or the wife that go to church and they don't go together. And working together is hard too, because sometimes you don't get along, and doing the same.
What do you mean? You two don't get along sometimes?
No.
Oh. Well, I can only speak from experience in that you bring so much life to the church, and in particular way to helping out the priests. You just do wonderful things for the community, and I would just like to give you this one opportunity to do something else. You're always being asked, but and that is to offer any insights or wisdom for young people who may be discerning their vocation in life.
I think the most important thing when you're discerning anything in your life that you want to do is you have to follow your feelings. You have to follow everything that is being said to you, and try to ask the questions. Never stop asking or never stop learning. Always research what you are going after, and not let other people tell you, because sometimes when others are telling you, and especially if they don't know much, they will lie to you, or they will tell you something just to rub it off and kind of get you on your way. You have to go and look for the people that are really going to answer you truly and with love and with respect. It can be start with your parents, or it can start with a chaplain at your school, or go for the priest that you really like. You know, some priests are very likable. Not that all of them are not nice and beautiful, but some of them are more approachable, and then you have the time to talk to them and really ask them the right questions. Do not be afraid to ask the questions. I don't think anybody can tell you that you're not asking the right question. Any question you ask because you're feeling it is the right question.
How about you, Maritza?
I think continue praying, because God will answer to your prayers, and there is so many ways where God can answer you. He can answer you through technology, even though technology takes us away from the silence to be with God, but good technology, if we can use it in the good way, we will listen to Him. And being in silence at least 10 to 15 minutes a day, that will help you to just find what God wants from you.
Wow, words of wisdom by people who are living out their vocations quite well, from what I'm hearing from all sorts of people. So thank you very much for taking out the time in your day to do this interview.
You're welcome, Father.
I wish you God's blessings.
Same to you, Father.
Thank you, Father.